Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So today, the new Infinity Nikki version 1.5 version dropped, right? And I was super excited because I was waiting for this version for so long. You know, with the co-op, I really wanted co-op ever since the game came out 5 months ago. And the dying system, you can't have a dress-up game without a dying system, right? And so they dropped all of that. And to be honest, this update was gonna be a banger, except that it ended up being a bit of a disappointment, in my opinion. And that is because the game is straight up unplayable in some aspects. For some people, it's worse than others. Let me explain. They added so many new stuff in this update, right? Let me just walk you through it. The first things first, they added the dye workshop, the DIY workshop, and basically you can just dye any of the dyeable pieces. Not all pieces are dyeable. Let me just I just realized you can't see, so let me just move to the side. So all of the dyeable pieces that you can see here, you could dye, but there's a catch. If you want to dye a specific piece, you have palettes that are unlocked. Some are unlocked, some are locked, and you're gonna have to unlock them. To unlock them, you need these prisms. You need different prisms for each rating. So 3-star items need different prisms. 4-star items use different prisms, and 5-star items also use different prisms. Now, here is where the issue lies. The dye workshop in itself is a wonderful idea. It's a fantastic idea. But the problem lies, first of all, in the prisms themselves being pretty pay to win, because you, aside from the events that they have going on, the limited time events where you could get some prisms, the main way to get them, from what I've seen, I could be wrong, I could be missing something because I just played this update for 2 hours on stream today. Twitch.tv/KarmiVT. Join us for shenanigans. The only way to get these prisms is through the droplet thingies you see at the bottom down there, which means that you do need to roll on the gacha. If you don't roll on the gacha, you don't get the droplets. If you don't get the droplets, you don't get the prisms, which is pretty sucky. The fact that the dyeing is pretty kind of pay to win, but it's not really the biggest problem in the world, right? It's not the biggest issue. You could just save them up for when you really want to use them. Another issue with the dyeing system is that not only do you need those prisms to unlock the palettes so that you can use it. Let's say, for example, I'm not gonna show you. I'm gonna show you straight up. I wanted this palette in specific, number 7. Lantern by a Cliff, right? Because it has, well, this piece dies like shit, which is another issue with the game itself, that some pieces just die like absolute ass. Let's say, for example, this one, this hairstyle, right? The specific palette that I want for my hairstyles is the Lantern by the Cliff, right? Because it has Nikki's standard hair color. It has the classic Nikki hair color. I want pink. Now, I can't just unlock it with prisms. You see, in the case of this outfit, this is the purification outfit from the standard banner. In case of this outfit, I need to reach evolution stage 2 so that I can unlock this palette, which is incredibly pay to win. And it's just awful. Listen, I understand from the company's perspective, they don't want their evolutions to be pointless because they're adding the dyeing system now. And so they want to give you premium dyes with the evolutions. I understand. But if you're gonna give us premium dyes, at least have the classic Nikki hair color to be one of the free palettes, okay? I shouldn't need to evolve the outfit so that I can get the classic Nikki hair color. It should be one of the free ones. I'm just saying. I don't think that's a huge ask. And it's not just with the Nikki hair color, right? It's not just with the classic hair color. All of these free palettes are shit. Look at this, for example. I'm sure people liked it. I mean, for example, this one is pretty nice. And lower the glossness, it would be better. Yeah, it's pretty nice, but not a lot of people would pick this color. Most people would go with more of like a blonde or a pink or You know, just like different shades of blonde, different shades of pink. Maybe they like the white color for the hair. You know, even if you want to dye the hair black, black is incredibly pay to win. You can't even dye your hair color black. You need to unlock it, which I feel like black should be a standard color. I feel like black should be a free color that is there by default. And you know what? It gets worse. So not only do you need prisms to unlock these dyes, not only do you need to evolve them if you want specific dye colors, but, and in my case, one piece in specific that I wanted to dye is this hair. Right? Really cute. I did not get the rest of the outfit. I only got the hair. Well, turns out that if I want this specific palette that I wanted, if I want this specific color, I can't even dye it because I do not have the full set. I don't have the full outfit. Not only do I need the full outfit so that I can unlock this palette, but I also need to reach evolution number 2. Crazy. I'm losing my mind. I just want to dye every single hair color pink. That's all I want. That's all I want. I just want standard Nikki pink hair color. That's all I want. But you can't even do that. Like I said, wanting to have premium colors for the evolutions is fine, but at the very least, have the standard colors like black and white and pink because it's Nikki's hair color. It's Nikki's original hair color. At least have those available as a default. Now, here's another thing, and this is what I don't understand because I've seen some people say that they make their money through the gacha evolutions, through rolling for the outfits and rolling for their evolutions. That's how they make their money, which is fair. I'm not saying they should completely erase the evolutions idea. I'm saying dyeing in itself shouldn't be locked behind evolutions. If they really wanted evolutions to be unique and to still be wanted by people, I think it would be a really great idea for evolutions to provide extra things in the outfit. For example, effects, like a really cool, really fancy, shiny effects. Like for example, this dress could have like floating flowers around it or something like that. That would be real cool. If people wanted that, they could pull for the evolutions, or they could have like unique textures, which they have done before with certain outfits. If you reach a specific evolution, it changes the texture of the outfit, basically like gives you different design and stuff like that. They could have that and evolutions would still be relevant. They could add the evolution exclusive color, one color, not a bunch of color palettes, okay? One exclusive evolution color, for example, that's glowing, that you can't get from the standard dye palettes. And they could add like special effects with the dress, have it basically literally be an evolution of that dress. Now, here's another problem. Some of these, and I'm not sure if it applies to the outfits as well, but I have noticed this in some hairstyles, in particular this one, that dyes absolutely horrible. I wanted to see how it is with the pink one. It's orange. I don't think that's an orange color. I don't think that should be orange. Right? And if I dye blue, so something is really going wrong here. And in the case of this specific hairstyle, if you have the other version of it, I think it's a free it was one of the free outfits that you get. So you do have the lighter version. So if you use it on the lighter version, then it looks fine. It's okay, right? It doesn't have that issue. So this issue is mostly to like hairs with darker colors, which is weird because this hair in specific is really black, as you can see, but it dyes just fine. So I don't get it. Some hairstyles have this issue. I think it's another bug that they need to fix. And speaking of bugs, this is what made this update extremely disappointing. Well, you don't exactly see it here right now, but when I was here, I had a quest. Well, you can see it right here. You see it's like head to the Unbound Wharf and talk to the seer, right? This quest, but it was basically all around this map. It was everywhere and I had no idea where to go. and I was going left and right in my stream. I was just going here and there trying to find where I can continue the quest, and it was just bugged because I couldn't continue it. And for some reason, if I teleport out of the area and teleport back in, sometimes it would fix it, but other times it wouldn't. I logged out of the game and I logged back in, and I think that they mostly fixed this issue, so that's cool. But yeah, it was just really disappointing when I had to deal with that. Another bug with the game is with the co-op. I was incredibly disappointed, to be honest, with the co-op, because that's the feature that I was waiting for the most since the game first came out, and the co-op was literally unplayable. I tried playing it with my friend a few hours ago, and we wanted to do the new co-op events, the dungeon where you get to run together and platform together, right? But it was unplayable because every time I invited my friend or she invited me to play together, the other would just stand still like that. Just like that. You see this shadow right here? The shadow is supposed to be moving. It's not supposed to be standing still. But it was like this the whole time. Every single player shadow that I passed by was just standing still. No one was moving. And even when I paired directly with my friend and I joined her world and we went to play, that was the same thing. I was standing still for her screen even though I was moving, and vice versa. And we just left it at that and hope that maybe they fix it soon. And I hope so. I hope they will fix it soon, because that's something that I was really looking forward to. I'm sure they will fix it. Like, it's not about whether they'll fix it or not. They have to fix it. It's like unacceptable. I understand, as this is a really big update, that a lot of stuff can go wrong, and that's fine, right? That's fine. But it doesn't change that the experience wasn't pleasant. And also, I found some mistranslation errors, or rather lack of translation. So it's fixed right now, but I'm gonna show you a screenshot of what it looked like in my screen. But you see down there, the limited time reward, that was in Chinese. Like I said, bugs are understandable and inevitable and stuff like that, and with how big this update is, bugs are kind of inevitable. But some of it is just, I don't know, were they rushed or something? I don't know if it was just lack of QA. You see right there, the shadow's not moving at all. This is pretty much my experience with it for today. I'm hoping that most of these issues are fixed by tomorrow. I mean, so far, it seems like the quest issue is fixed. The translation issue is fixed. I've seen people who have been literally unable to play the game because their game keeps crashing, which is also another thing. By the way, I forgot to mention, I've crashed several times right now. I've crashed about 3 times since I started playing, which hasn't been too long ago. And that seems to be an experience with a lot of people from what I've been reading. There's been a lot of crashes. There's been, especially on PS5, people have been unable to play the game. And it's a disaster. It's a disaster launch, right? It's a disaster update. I still love the game. I still think this update is amazing. They just need to fix all of these issues, right? But so far it's disappointing, and I won't be able to play with my friends until they fix the co-op problem. Now, Infold Games has released a statement fairly quickly, and I will be reading it to you guys. It's a bit of a long statement on their official Infinity Nikki Twitter page. Apology letter regarding version 1.5 gaming experience. Dear stylists, hope this message finds you well. First and foremost, we would like to extend our sincerest apologies. We are truly sorry that we were unable to provide you with a stable experience upon the release of the new version. We understand that every stylist's love and trust in Infinity Nikki is something we must cherish and uphold with the utmost dedication. With the desire to offer Nikki and all of you a more vibrant and colorful journey, we had planned various new content for this update. designing outfits in diverse styles, creating fun and engaging gameplay, and crafting unique landscapes. We hope Nikki could embark on thrilling adventures across parallel worlds, discovering endless surprises and joy in Maryland. However, this time we fell short of experience. Following the version update, we received a lot of feedback regarding game experience issues, primarily concerning the DIY workshop, co-op feature, and overall game performance, including issues such as logging failures, crashes, and resolution problems. We have been carefully collecting each report and immediately working with our teams to address these issues. Now, this is what I'm gonna say is props to them for immediately addressing the problem. I noticed ever since the update launched, they've been constantly updating the game. So they've been constantly working on fixing these issues, which is really good. That's the thing that I like about Infold is they're very quick to fix issues and they're very open to player feedback. I have written in the surveys multiple times with my own suggestions and recommendations, and they have actually added those into the game, which is pretty cool. It was pretty cool just to see that. Following an urgent review by the development team, we have already resolved nearly 100 issues, improved the stability of multiplayer servers, and carried out emergency fixes for certain visual display issues. Moving forward, we will continue to monitor the game's performance and to ensure these problems do not occur. Below is a detailed update on the fixes. So I'm not gonna read those fixes, but these are the fixes. You can pause to read them if you want. And here we have something that is quite interesting. Additional clarifications based on community feedback. Number 1. Number of pieces in the 5-star outfits Snowy Ballad and Crimson Feather. In version 1.5, the Bubble Season update introduced multiplayer gameplay to create a richer, more engaging adventure for Nikki and all stylists. This idea also shaped the design direction of the new outfits. From the early design stage, we intended the 5-star outfits to embody themes of collaboration and companionship, symbolized by the story of the ever-blazing bird sacrificing herself to save the iceborne mermaid. Thus, we introduced dedicated dynamic effects, transformation animations, and unique music compositions for these outfits, which, to be honest, is very sick. It's very cool. I love these outfits a lot. They're very unique. I love it when companies go out of their comfort zone of following a standard formula for these outfits and actually thinking outside of the box and adding unique features to each outfit, making them truly feel like something special and something worth pulling for. In Snowy Ballad, we introduced high dynamic special effects for the pieces and special aurora effects for the hair. The Crimson Feather outfit was designed around the core concept of rebirth, featuring a unique ash form appearance and different transformation effects depending on whether Nikki is in the air or on the ground. That is pretty cool. It does have like a special transformation. It transforms you into like an ashy version of it. It's pretty cool. I love it. In addition, to align with the theme of the new version, we introduced multiplayer feature in the design of both the decoration item and dance move. The Eternal Snow Dew decoration now features a special co-op interaction, and for the Everlasting Hope dance move, we attempted to create a co-op dance mode based on the original dance move. Both the versions were developed with dedicated custom music compositions to enrich styling combinations. The total number of pieces for these outfits was a set of 11. We sincerely apologize for the lack of prior communication regarding this adjustment. Moving forward, we guarantee that the number of pieces in 5-star outfits will not exceed 11, and major changes will be communicated in advance through official channel. Now, people were really upset that these outfits, and I'll show them to you right here, gorgeous outfits. I want the mermaid one. These outfits are an 11-piece set, which means that it's gonna cost more for you to get the full set, and that has made people pretty upset as to why those pieces are now 11 instead of the usual 10 for 5-star outfits. And to be honest, I do not think Infold did anything wrong here. There was a previous controversy on the last update, the Fairies Pride Festival thingy, the April Fool's, and with that one they released this one right here, and people were really upset that the tail on this outfit is not a separate piece. It's a one piece with the dress, so you can't have the tail as a separate piece and use it for other outfit combinations, and people were really upset that that wasn't a separate piece. And now, if you want it to be a separate piece, then that's gonna be another additional piece. I hope you realize that. So now, Infold is adding those really bougie premium outfits, and it is 11 pieces, so a lot of the pieces are separate. It allows for more customization and mixing and matching with the other outfit pieces, and people are upset that it's an additional piece. So I don't know, what do you want, people? I don't know anymore. Like, it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. I think even if it costs more, having it as separate pieces is a good thing, because it gives you more customization, and that's pretty important in a dress-up game, if you ask me. They could have very easily had this top and the shawl thingy be one piece, but they made them as two different pieces because people were requesting for more pieces to be separate. This is a very special case where these outfits are special, and that is why they have 11 pieces. Which, to be honest with you, if you ask me, it's not a big deal. But I also understand where the people are coming from, and I understand why they're upset. But as I was saying, they made this change in response to the community. So we have duration changes for the Mirror Crown Pinnacle contest. They're basically making it shorter, I think, or something. We have DIY workshop design intentions and future plans. The original intention behind the DIY workshop was to provide stylists with greater freedom in outfit design and styling combination. We have received all of your feedback and are carefully reviewing the current designs to further optimize the DIY workshop experience. In addition, for fully evolved outfits, we plan to introduce a more advanced styling system in the future, offering expanded customization options and richer visual effects, which, as I said, is a great idea. That's what they should do, but I don't think they should limit the standard dye palettes to evolution. I think it is pretty predatory. Every piece of feedback from you is a driving force for us. Your voices guide Infinity Nikki's path forward in the future. We will conduct thorough reviews, strengthen our QA processes, and approach every update to prevent such issues from happening again. As an expression of our heartfelt apologies, we will be distributing the following compensation to all players via in-game mail. So you get 10 Revelation crystals, 10 Resonite crystals, and 1200 diamonds. Pretty good. Finally, we would like to speak from the heart. Version 1.5 marks a major milestone for Infinity Nikki. In this version, we took a bold step forward, introduced co-op gameplay for the first time. We hope Nikki's journey can now stretch even further across the vast sea of stars, where every heart longing for warmth can find connection and companionship. Every member of our team shares the same deep love for the Nikki IP and treats every version update with the utmost care and commitment. We stand together with all our stylists. We may have yet to build a world that fully lives up to your expectations, but we have never stopped running forward. Because to us, Infinity Nikki has always been more than just a game. It's a dream built over 5 years, from thousands of sketches and endless passion. Like many of you, we adjust the camera angles again and again to capture Nikki's perfect moments, and we cheer with joy at the beauty of each new outfit. These are not empty words. We have always held tightly to the original dream and passion to make Infinity Nikki a world worth staying in. It has always been and will always be our reason for loving this world. Thank you once again for your support. We know there is still much for us to improve, but because of your companionship, Nikki's journey can continue to push the boundaries of imagination. Please give us one more chance to let Nikki's starlight continue to shine for us all and to keep the warmth in our hearts forever burning bright. Sincerely, Infinity Nikki Deputy. Now, this apology was great. This apology was really great. They could have just released a PR statement. They could have just posted a tweet saying, yeah, we're aware of the issues, we're working on fixing it, here's compensation, and called it a day. That's usually how these gacha companies deal with it. Even one of my favorite games, Wuthering Waves, that I also cover on this channel, that is pretty much how they approach their issue, and that's fine. That's an okay response as well. But this one feels particularly special because not only did they address every single issue, they have talked about people being upset about the number of 5 stars. They could have easily ignored those because people are always upset about something. They could have easily ignored that. It wasn't that like huge of a deal. It wasn't a bug or anything that made the game unplayable, right? But they addressed it, and they addressed the reasoning behind it. They spoke from the heart about their journey with Nikki and how they wish to keep continuing forward with it, and they gave compensation. They are actively working on fixing bugs. They are fixing bugs in real time. My game has been updating like 100 times since this morning. And this is the thing that makes me think that they're truly sincere about this, is because they did not title this as an announcement or like an important announcement to all our stylists or something like that. That's usually the case with those PR statements. They titled this as an apology letter, and that is something that makes me very hopeful for the game, that the devs are this sincere, and that is one of the main things that made me fall in love with this game so much, is that they are really transparent. They're not the best. They have done some things that are rather questionable, like I said, with the whole dying being locked to evolutions. That is very questionable, but if enough people speak out about it, then I am sure they will respond accordingly. So that was pretty much the update for the version 1.5 disaster. They added the die system, they added co-op finally, and we have housing coming on the way as well. So overall, this game has a very bright future. And in addition to everything that they added, the die and the co-op, this is a huge update. This is a very meaningful update in Nikki history because of a very specific outfit, and that is the Sea of Stars. Now this outfit holds incredible significance to the Nikki lore and the Nikki franchise as a whole. This outfit has been in every Nikki game, and it will continue, very likely it will continue to be in every Nikki game. Yeah, I just hope they fix that co-op because I really want to play with my girlies. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll see you next time. In fact, please, if you're watching this, I am begging you, please give us some nail art for Nikki. That would be the best thing ever. That would be the best thing ever. Literally. My girl could really use a manicure right now. Imagine just being able to dye her nails like different colors and have different designs in it. I think it would be a great idea. I think it would be wonderful. I'm surprised I haven't done it yet. Please, Info Games, if you're listening to this, if you're watching this, please, very please, nail art for Nikki. That would be incredible. Thank you very much. Okay, bye bye.